Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Resin Me Up. Excuse me. So today we're going to try this again, except we're going to do something a little different. I decided I don't want to make it black. So today we're going to try the Let's Resin turquoise epoxy resin, and we're going to mix in some of the blue-green glow-in-the-dark pigment. So we're going to mix up some of this, and I want to add the plug to it, but I'm not going to add it so deep this time. I'm just going to probably put it in about right here, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to fill it fuller, and I'm going to wait for that to get tacky, and then I'll put it in there, and then I'll finish filling it. So we're going to mix up some of this. I decided I just don't want it to be black. I want to be able to see through it, I think. So let me mix up, since it doesn't really take that much. And then I'm going to put a fan on it. I decided I wanted to use Let's Resin this time versus the Bone Crafter. So we'll see how this works today. I always have good luck with the Let's Resin, so and it's already colored, so we don't have to add anything to it. I think I'll mix this up first, and then I'll add this after. So let me go ahead and get this mixed up, and then we'll be right back after I've ran it through the vacuum chamber, added the color, and then we'll get to pouring it. Okay, BRB. Okay, here we go. Spritz. Okay, I think that's going to do it right there. And then I'll wait for that to get tacky. And then I'll come along and I will stick my plug in there. I'm going to do this totally different this time. Okay, I'm going to get a fan on it, and we're going to let this have fan blow this way, and we're going to see if we can't get this to come out right this time. Okay, and now I got extra resin, so I don't know what I'm going to pour it into. I'll find something. So, all right, we'll BRB. Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome back to Resin Me Up. We are going to get this out of here. I just couldn't take it out of the mold last night because it just wasn't ready, and I didn't want to risk it. So we're going to take it out this morning. And we're all going to cross our fingers that it turned out, right? Right. Okay, let's take this out first. So we got a perfect little spot in there. So that worked out. So far, so good. Take this off the bottom. Well, we're still in one piece, I think. But I'm going to spray some soapy water in there. Break that suction. And there it is. Yay! In one piece it came. Huh? So excited. Okay. Put this away so I don't use it, because the other day I was making something and I literally sprayed the soapy water on my resin. Thank God it didn't hurt it. Okay, y'all. I think we have a successful piece. Patience is a virtue. My circle's a little off center, but I don't think that's going to make any difference. Look, it's one piece. Let's see what we have. See the bubbles? There are some bubbles, but you know what? I'm happy with the fact that it actually came out in one piece. And I didn't use deep pour, I used Let's Resin. So if I make this again, I will definitely use deep pour so that we don't get any bubbles at all. And I'll put it through my pressure pot. But since we're running out of time, okay, now the next challenge that I ran into was making the ball for the top of this. And it was a challenge, let me tell you. So that is what's going to go on the top. And the hole's just perfect for it. And what I did is I stuck one of the Christmas ball ornaments inside of, and I didn't film it because I didn't know if it was going to turn out. I stuck it inside of here, and I wanted it empty at first. And then I poured the resin around it. And let me tell you, trying to get this ball to stay down because it was empty, it wanted to float. And so I think I got resin down inside the ball, but you're not really going to notice that. So the ball is here and it is ready for me to put in what I'm going to put in it. And so we're just going to put this on a cup here for right at the moment. And we're going to fill it. And then we're going to close that off with some plastic acetate and UV resin. And then we're just going to seal it so it will not leak. So let me get my supplies and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, BRB. Okay, I got my glycerin mixture with my water, and this is my recipe. I use 4 ounces of distilled water. I use 2.5 mLs of 91% alcohol, and I use 4 ounces of vegetable glycerin. And I get my glycerin off of Amazon, and this is what it is. And then I just mix all of that together, and I keep it in a shaker bottle. So if you want to write that down, that's what it is. Leave it up there for a second. And that's 4 ounces, not 40. Okay, now I'm going to pour, because this is for me to pour into my bottles. I don't mix anything in it. I'm going to pour off some. And I have the Into Resin glazed Tiffany, and that's what I'm going to add into that. Just enough to make it swirl. And I don't know if I can mix multiple colors in this or not. I've never tried it. So you want to mix that really well. So I'm going to test this in just a little tiny bit. You just want to see if you can mix multiple colors. Or if it will turn funky. This is the glazed orange. Look at that moving around in there. Isn't that cool? If I can get this open. Now we're going to pour this in here to see what it looks like. Kinda. Just want to see if they'll stay separated or if it'll just mix and make one color. Kind of just makes one color, doesn't it? Kind of tinges the water orange, but the Tiffany kind of stays suspended. Can't decide. Well, I'm going to pour this in here. A little bit ain't going to hurt it. All right. Oops. Getting carried away here. Okay. Now we're going to pour it in this bowl. Okay, that's as full as I can make that. Already cut my piece. Okay, now we're going to seal it all the way around. Shoot, forgot to take that plastic off there. Got to take this off. Because otherwise it will come off. Then you won't have a good seal. And now we're going to check for leaks. And we have a bubble. I think we're good. But I always make a second coat. Because you can never be too sure. Okay. Wish I didn't have that bubble in there. There's that. Now, let me show you what we're going to do with this. It's not going to be just like that. You know me, I can't just leave something plain. Originally, my plan was to put this on the inside. Well, obviously that won't fit in there. So we're going to put these hands on the outside of this. And I was originally going to try to put this on top, but look how far that stands on top of there. So I don't quite know what I'm going to do with that, but I did get something in yesterday that I thought was adorbs. But I would have to definitely glue some of these pieces together. You know what I'm saying? Glue them in place so they wouldn't wiggle and jiggle around. Gotta hang on to this guy. So it would take a bit, a hot minute, because he's a 3D printed skeleton. So I would have to glue him there, glue his hands in place, get his legs where I want them to be, and then his head is going to have to be stabilized. Like, I would have to probably glue these so that they don't move. Same way with his head, and maybe his spine as well. So it's either that, or I could get him crawling over like that, and maybe put a foot there. I don't know. It's going to take me a minute to figure it out. But I thought these things were so cute. I ordered them on Amazon. Aren't they adorable? I think I might do that. Because originally I was going to put these inside these, but the hole was too small and I can't get them in there. So I'm going to have to do some fixins on these to get it to work. So I'm going to have to do it off camera because I'm going to need to do some fixing on this. And I do have this color, got purple and black. So what do you guys think? Should I do black? Purple? Or blue? Or green? I think it's green. It's the only colors they had. They didn't have any other colors. I just thought they were so cute. So, I guess since you can't answer me, I guess I'm going to have to make an executive decision. And figure out what color to to put on there. But that's what this looks like. And this was meant for this. And I got to do some fine tuning to the skull down there. I'm just really disappointed because I wanted this to be inside of that. And I don't know, maybe we can do something with these. I don't know. I'll figure something out. So let me do all my surprise work, and then I will come back to you guys and I'll show you what I did. And to light this up, we've got some options. What did I do with my cup that I set this on? Well, yeah, that's the cup. So we can use these, which is a motion sensor. And anytime you move it, it comes on just like that. And so then it would have to sit like that, but I don't know how I would get that to be out of the way, because that would have to sit there on top of that. Okay. Now, if I can get it out of there now. The other option I have is this, and I think that's too big. I could set this on top of here and do it this way, but then you're going to see all those bubbles in there. And I don't know if it's going to light up the ball. Let me turn off my light. Let's see. It kind of lights it up. Okay, I'll figure something out. I'll BRB. Hey, y'all. I think I'm done. Best I can do. Still got a little UV left here, but I'm going to have to figure out what I can use that on. But okay, are you guys ready to see this? Okay, so I ended up not putting a light underneath the globe because the globe wouldn't sit right. So I glued the globe in, and I went with the purple skeleton. And what I did was is I took a thing of fairy lights. Did I touch that UV? I did. Hold on. Let me move this out of the way so I'm not touching it. I took a string of fairy lights and went all the way around the globe, glued it down, and then so that I could get it down to here, I just went around the top once. Then I took the little purple dude, fixed his neck, and wrapped him around so that it looks like he's climbing up on top of it. And his head's still a little wobbly. I may have to fix this part right up here. I tried not to make it too stiff, but I may have to. And then I had a chunk of fence, and I just took it and put it right in front of the globe and put a keep out sign on there. And then that's really all I did. I didn't want to do too much. We're going to call this the water tower for my town. Shake this up so you can see it. And so that's what it looks like on the inside. Let me shut off some lights here and bring you guys down. But before I do that, I wanted to show you guys with the extra resin I had left over, I made a diamond pumpkin, and I did do this one differently. I poured half and then I stuck it in my vacuum chamber and ran it so that it got all the bubbles out. And then I poured the rest of the remaining resin in after I ran it through the vacuum chamber. And so I wanted to show you guys, it is absolutely perfect. No bubbles, nothing. And I did add some of the Marabou Rainbow alcohol ink to it too. But isn't that pretty? It's just perfect. Every single detail came out by running it through my vacuum chamber inside the mold. So it turned out really nice. Now, I did have a bunch left over, so I made this mold from Resiners, and I marbled the teal. Is that what it's called? Teal? I think it is. Let's Resin, and then I put in some of the octopus inks, and I just kind of marbled it, and that's what it looks like that. So it's a black hat, and then I poured the rest in the pumpkin, and for some reason, this mold has a line on it, and around it, this line right here, and for some reason that showed up. I don't know why this time. It didn't do that before, but it showed up this time. But neither here nor there. It's still cute, and I like that color. Just love it. That turquoise, that's what it's called, turquoise. So that's how that turned out, and I really like it too. And then the little black hat looks perfect on there. Isn't that cute? So when you light it up with flashlight, see, isn't it pretty? Such a pretty color. Oh, can you guys see it? Yeah, there you go. I don't know why that line picked up this time. It's kind of weird, but it's still pretty. Same way with that. Isn't that a pretty color? I love it. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And then the skull actually glows in the dark too, because it's the same color that I used for that. And then look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? So let me get you down here so you can see what this looks like. Let me get some lights shut off here first. Alexa, turn off craft room. So I have light coming in through the window, but it's kind of hard to see that. So that's what it looks like. And like I said, now I lost, there it is. So this all glows in the dark once you get it lit up with the light. So do these. And then this looks so pretty with a light on it. Look at that sparkle and that glimmer in there. And that glitter, or that Aurora powder, just stays suspended all the time. It's my favorite from Into Resin. I love it. Isn't that pretty? Let me give you a close-up of that. And it just stays suspended all the time. Never sinks. And there's Mr. Skeleton Dude. I wish I wouldn't have got that bubble in there. And so that's what it looks like. I kind of like this better than what I was actually planning. So there you have it. All right, y'all. Well, that is my project. That's a day late, but it turned out really good. I like it. So we're going to call this the water tower for my display. Okay? All right, everyone. Let me get you back up here on the tripod. Everyone, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this project. And I will get pictures, put it at the end of the video, and get this out to you so you can see this. And leave me a comment, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you really need to, because yeah, it's fun. I love this stuff. It's my favorite time of year. So we will catch you tomorrow, and we're going to start another project. So that has to do with 31 Days of Halloween. Make sure you go out and check out the other videos from Laura's Design Studio and Marvelous Artsy, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, y'all. Have a great day.